Hey everyone, Miacidae here. Welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. So we're here on the upper decks right after we fought the Chaos Spawn here.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Just a very quick recap. We just found out more or less that Theodora, the Rogue Trader, is dead along with Mortar, was it the Master of Arms, I believe it was? The guy with the Meltagun, who made a lot of people go splat. The other heir to the Rogue Trader, writ of whatever was downstairs, is dead. He's the one who turned into the Chaos Spawn here. And was it Master of Whispers is still alive. However, we found out that he is not the one who killed Theodora or the Rogue Trader. And he is very mad about that. And whoever did do that and offed Mort was fast enough where he was able to get Mort before Mort could get a shot off. So very quick reflexes. So I'm kind of interested to figure that out. We are still trying to get out of the warp. And so we're trying to get to the navigation so we can kind of do all that jazz, which is... Oh, there's a guy who's alive over here that I think we're supposed to talk to. Einrich? But that's kind of the recap of where we're at, and then maybe we can get out of the warp, take control of the ship, or get off the ship is kind of my understanding. And we'll go from there. And otherwise... Oh, yeah, let's just keep going, and if you hear a cat playing in the background, he likes making noise. That is his satisfaction in life, so I'm not going to stop him. Can we talk to people over here? Do we get to run around? How does this work? Because it doesn't seem like we can go to the side at all. How do we get over? Never really looked at that part. Can't go back this way, can we? No, that's where we came up.
I tread a path unexplored.
I'm very confused at this. And oh, Einrich is back here. Gotcha. I think he's the one who we have to talk to.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
Rivor, Master Helmsman, Systems Status Report.
Oh, I thought the Master Helmsman was reported dead by our Psyker.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
How did you survive? I thought you were dead.
Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then, I prayed for our rescue.
So, we need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It's our only chance of escaping the warp. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor. The air around you filled with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Albard cuffs the crying officer without even looking, so he punched the guy.
Restore the Fox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
Oh, yeah, I'm essentially the captain of this place now because every other heir is dead and the Lord Captain is dead. I'm ready. No, what do I have to do?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report and... blast it all to the void! Translation is a craft, not something to be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Please, hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
Alright, let's do it. I'll sit in the throne. Very nice looking throne with all the levers. Do I get to pull any? Commence operation. Oh no, Theodora, you're not alive. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath the thin veil, shell is constantly changing while still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora. But the false rogue trader eyes reveals the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in the otherworldly fire, the other, a vessel of ancient evil, pours through you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the war.
Mortal, who are you to oppose the very flows of fate? It matters not. Your footfalls are an echo of the sand pouring between the scales. Your hopes and faith are my mockery.
Begone, Phantom.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Nah, you'll be in the ground.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
Now, why are you taking on Idra? I like Idra. Get her out of my head.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
No.
Seneschal, the navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
We're out?
The navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Awesome. We're out. And yeah, we need to repair this place, get the dead out, and, honor them.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
Dead.
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision,
Well, I guess I'm the new rogue trader.
it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live.
I mean, it was kind of all of us. I kind of fought the thing, but you held the chaos spawn off Abelard there.
The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
Leave the honorifics at the door. Oh, They're kind of fixing the place up.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost.
Kind of weird voice.
Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members.
Oof. Just a pile of them there.
Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the rogue trader dynasty survived. To hang the ancestral banners once again, and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valancius and humanity.
One heck of a tutorial there. Fun. So where do we go from here? Okay, willpower enhances the effectiveness of psyker powers and increases character resolve. Oh, the chair swivels. That's fun. Oh, he's not going to say that? Well then, your lordship. Let's go over this first because I have a feeling this is going to go away. Cargo management. Open up the cargo management screen to learn more about the cargo on your flagship, the amount, types, and percentage of the cargo being filled up. On the cargo tab, you can see the details about items packed in each cargo slot. If you need to use an item that is already packed, move the item back to your inventory. Cargo is needed when trading with merchants. You'll meet them soon. Okay. Then Abelard. Deep Shadow's awareness can be seen on Abelard's face. Though the old officer's eyes are keen, they rake you over from head to toe. He frowns, muttering something, then nods to himself. Well then, your lordship. You had us worried there for a few hours there. He offers a thin smile, but after witnessing you fearlessly rushing into the fray, on deck, the only thing that surprises me now is how long you stayed on your feet. Your strength only left you once the fighting was all over. Such fortitude is most admirable in a Lord Captain. So I'm a Lord Captain now. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will be their first briefing. We've sustained many losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have been filled by the deputy. Oh, that is bad. While others go unfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. What's the agenda? Reports on the condition of the ships and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend to such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. This is the opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work the 6 decks away from the bridge, and they, in turn, will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. Have you succeeded in tracking down Voyager? No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may be still skulking in the ship's many quarters, but frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now 1 shuttle short. I'm afraid that it would be this some time before he answers for all that he has wrought. Summon the officers. With a gesture, he relays the order to the Edgenauts in the far end of the magnificent chamber. Let's see how this goes. That's a lot of people. Do I have to hear from all of them? I see a tech priest. A dozen pairs of eyes bore into you, the expressions reveling restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Really wish this part was voice acted. Attention, officers. You have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Miacidae will personally conduct today's briefing. Oh, this is a bad idea, folks. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your lordship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vigdis Suri Udda of the Tullyman Lime, our new Vox Master. which is a piece of technology used to communicate over short distances to record sound. So I'm assuming that's this lady right here. In the, like, front middle. Yep. Oh, that's a cool portrait. I would not have guessed she was a lady. But nice. Vigdis. It is an honor to serve you, your lordship. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Maybe that's why she doesn't have a mouth. Beside her is, so this guy off to our left in the front is Ravor, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid shield or a pirate ship. So we've met him, the bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, with the dark circles around under his eyes, and a dour expression seems hardwired into his face, gives a sullen nod. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. She already did come to grief, sir. But there's 6 people. Why are you saying and? Lastly, our high fractotum? Is that how you pronounce that one? Jarnus Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. So this lad, who looks in very dapper clothing, dressed in an embroidered jacket, heavy-set man with oiled hair, offers it. Smile and bows. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, okay, so back row now, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. Okay, I like you. The Infernus Master, whose crew work is to prevent and extinguish fires on ship. And lastly, the Drive Master, the servant of the Omnissiah. Oh, no portraits for them. Okay. The 3 officers salute you. The Infernus Master does with confidence, while the Master Ordnance betrays nervousness, and the Drive Master officers salute resembling a dance, involving complicated manipulation of all the tech priests' mechadendroids, tendril-like robotic limbs. Okay. Surgically attached to the spine. I forgot that about tech priests. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our choir master, the esteemed Zachary Weiss, head of the Astropath, a powerfully sanctioned psyker who can send and receive messages through space using their telepathic abilities, so a very powerful psyker, is unable to join us. He is in charge of communication with distant star system, and Master Weiss has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Valensis Protectorate and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Vigor's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it's possible to do so. Oh, that's the Voxmaster talking. Okay. And then Danrock. It's equally regrettable that 2 more individuals worthy of mention could not join us at the briefing. The Master at Arms and the Confessor Adalbert. Oh, 2 of our party members. The eminent Adalbert must see to the funeral services being held for the fallen officers, of whom there are too many for him to take leave from the chapel, and the Mistress Selwerback has replaced her late predecessor as our Master of Arms, and is currently leading the search for any surviving agents of Voigtvrgr. Okay. Wait, I thought it just said he was gone. All other present are Algernaut secretaries and deputies. They are here to make a recording of the proceedings. Okay. And then we have to hear the reports on all of them. Okay. Well, not all of them. Only 5 of them. Interesting. I guess not from the Vox Master. Infernus Master. Oh, he does have a portrait. He has a welder. And 2 robotic fingers. Heinrich Montbag. Yes, Lord Captain. I can report that all fires across the deck have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment in terms of material losses and the crew casualties has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Central and the High Fractorium. Why not to me? The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. Oh, the lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. Well, I guess that's how I got my post, so I can't complain. High Fractorium. We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I should really be trying to give these guys voices, but I'm going to forget all of them. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for the attention that all lost supplies are replaced. There's only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but that also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rykad, which was mentioned to us that we were heading to already. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trader Dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the Governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Okay. Especially true, given the Caligos Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planet. Drive Master. A voice distorted by a Vox translator emergence from under the tech priest's scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon the noble voidship destroyed the respiratories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted to me into my charge is unharmed. Thank the Omniscience. But its spirit mourns its death brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. I can't do robotic voices. With great sorrow, I must also report that Engine Seer Prime, Overseer, and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board fell in battle. So Engine Seer, tech priest whose specialization maintenance of repair of sacred machines. Okay. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. I see. Thank you. Ordnance, anything to report? Nope, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. Just ask anyone. We've got no able crew, no Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Ips and runes, every second officer's dead, and we've got no Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. Oh, you're either going to betray me or you're going to be dead in a few hours, because you don't even have a portrait there, sir. Silence. Enforcer sees this mutineer. Oh. Abelard. Silence. Enforcers seize this mutineer. The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Abelard's roar. Welp, sir. Oh, they hit him with whatever they hit me with. Abelard grunts. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all. Your lordship, I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say. Besides find a replacement, that is. For we already have one lined up. Well, I can release him, I can execute him, or experienced Masters of Ordnance are far and few in between. So for this reason, he may remain in his post. I leave his... This... Oh, this is a choice. Because I don't want to execute him. I don't feel like executing him would be right, even though that technically goes kind of with everything they do. I mean, that goes a lot. Both IG, Imperial Guard would, like, immediately execute him, I believe. And, I think the Space Marines would too, if I'm being totally honest. But we're neither, as far as I can tell. Or at least, like, my character is a criminal lord. So I can have them stand down and release him. I can just tell them that, you know, don't punish him for a moment of weakness because, like, look at what we just went through and get iconoclast points. Or experienced master, and tell him to his face he's an experienced Master of Ordnance. They're far and few in between, so for that reason, he remains in his post. I think either of these he would remain in his post, actually, come to think of it. But leave his punishment to your discretion. Let's go with the iconoclast and just go, like, stand down. He's having a moment. He's going through some fears. He obviously doesn't know quite who I am yet. He knows that Theodora died and someone can kill Theodora. And we don't even know who that is, let alone that the Master of Whispers is out there. So just stand down. Abelard stares unblinking at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling. Cease your sniveling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. Oh, so they just socked him. His face is the picture of shock, which just happens to him seems to be dawning on him only now, and the knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. Master Helmsman, your report. After all this, they should not be speaking out. Right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but without our engine seer prime and navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. So, if we try to set up so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what will happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces and all of us melting into the bulkheads? Your lordship, if you allow me to interject, when we arrived in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all available communication tools in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite Station, ancient organization of noble mutant families whose genes allow them to safely guide warp-capable void ships through... Oh! The station maintains a complex Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have a located navigator in the very same system as is an incredible stroke of good luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. Oh, if I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round the system till our heads are swimming, as long as the promethium and supplies last. And if any thick as grok shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't you worry on that score. Okay, so to summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engine seer prime and navigator. Is that all that's preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain, but bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can be only carried out at a footfall station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach the footfall station without solving these three immediate problems. Alright, what can you tell me about the system which we currently find ourselves? I cede to the Vox Master on this point. Mistress Ptolemon? We are in the Rykard system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabitant bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobolite station has simply failed to answer. It seems to be maintaining total Vox silence, so they're not responding at all. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid? I think that's what it is. In the system, and the Rancoid Minoris itself is not responding to our hails. But what's most alarming is that our Auguras sensor technology, that allows void ships to scan planets, spot enemies, and obtain other various kinds of crucial data at great distances, have intercepted signals from the surface that seems to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobolite station to find out what in the void is going on. Alright, thank you for your reports. Dismissed. The assembled officers salute you as one. Your lordship, there is one other thing. A confidential matter on the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to the system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything, and I shall tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the right hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Koronus Expanse. Alright, I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. Are you referring to the contents of the note, I presume? Yes, quite right. XC. Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Henrix von Kellox, an Inquisitor. All I know is that he was somewhere in this system, and that we must find him and offer him what assistance he requires, and then deliver him to the Footfall in the Furibundus system? Okay. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual, and the authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobolite or the Governor Rykard, may know more. That's it, your lordship. You have a great deal to work ahead, but it's a mere taste of the burden of a... it's a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valensis Protectorate. He gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, as it seems he's about to offer some words of encouragement. Uh-oh. Hydra, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. The Sister of Battle grimly nods towards Hydra. The Psyker is suffering from some ailment or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Hydra's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One word burst from her lips. Daybreak. Hydra, come to your senses. Hydra presses her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future and it hit me so hard, my head is spinning. Something very strange is headed our way and I can't make out what it is. No matter how hard I try, a single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn. It's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? We cannot extract anything from Valley from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Tlass? No, not yet. Not yet, anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make any sense of it. At least, as soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it, alright? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, Find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you will benefit as well. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It's time to finally get to work. Okay. What can I do here? Okay, we're auto-saved. It looks like we leveled up. Use the system map in the center of the bridge to go issue crew orders. Okay. This thingy-mabob. I wanted to do the level once I had everyone. So I can go to Rykad, I can go to Uric 5, unidentified void ship, the majors. I think this is where we are. Can we go back into our ship? Back to the bridge, okay. I wanted to heal our friendo. I want to figure out how to do that quick. Corpus Valancius? No, this is like a journal thing. Voidship management. Why does it look like I can level something up? Upgrade RAM. Oh, that's scrap. Okay. Oh, I have 100 scrap, though. So I can upgrade the hull. Interesting. That's not what I wanted to do, though. Cargo management formation. That's all nice and dandy. Lord Captain's quarters. Yeah, Argenta, you're down here. Okay. I wanted to talk with you. Well, you had a quest for me anyway, so...
Rogue trader.
You said you have a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue trader. The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in von Valancius territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the rogue trader could meet with the orphans?
I suppose I can meet with orphans. Let's see. I'm not going to do a speech because screw that. They're not going to get much out of that. I can meet with them. No formalities needed. These are the children of people who gave their lives. So these are the children of the people who gave their lives. Von Valancius dynasty, whatever. My consideration is the least they deserve.
I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart.
Okay. Hi, kiddos. These are not kiddos. A group of motley adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Or indefallible sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. It's hardly the Scala Pregnum in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instructions. Y'all bow. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing, "Brave ones, the master of the ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House von Valancius." You notice Infernus Master Heinrich Montag standing a few paces away from the orphans. He watches you with approval and bows respectfully when you meet his gaze. Oh, he's in here too. Let's see. I really don't want to go. Your Lord Captain greets you. I kind of want to address the group before I address the Infernus Master. That sounds like the right thing to do. I don't like any of these. I guess we'll go with 2 here. I, the Rogue Trader, and the Lord Captain of the ship speak to you now, because I'm not sure what comes after this, but it does address the fact that their parents did die for a good cause, like not dying to chaos and fighting chaos. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause and brought honor to the... I don't care about the honor to the von Valancius banners and to the Imperium, but I am proud of them for fighting the chaos, and believe that you will become their worthy heirs. The teenagers hang on to your every word and with bated breath, with only a few at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly interested by your speech. One of the scowling visitors at the far, with a scar across his face, tosses a head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in the dozens for your noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns on the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants to both calm him and scold him for his impudence. "If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen." The boy smiles grimly. "It doesn't matter what we say, it won't bring our parents back. And it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on the ship until we drop and die like our folks, or worse." Let's see here. I wish I could combine 2 and 3 here, because part of me would like to say, like, don't speak ill of the dead. Your parents kind of fought for you here. And you can only strive to do what... If you want to do better, fight to do better. Like, I just came on this ship a few days ago. Let's go with 1. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died, and it's not an easy thing to go through. But they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship. You heard the Rogue Trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, then catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign, and the servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with von Valancius emblazoned on the wrappers. Appears essential, came prepared with any contingency. Are you just throwing the treats at them? Really? Argenta rubs her temples pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the boy. You know, those are lit candles on what seems to be a fuel tank. That does not seem right to me. On her back. Yeah, I know we're leveled up. So I know she's over here. Can we, like, talk to her?
Greetings.
So I'll probably have a timestamp here that everyone can skip. I'm going to talk to all the companions here for a bit, just to get a little bit more backstory on all of them. Once again, probably a little bit of a longer episode just because of this little section here. So tell me about yourself.
About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me?
Well, I guess nothing, if that's all you're willing to share. How did you end up on Theodora's ship?
I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the cultist attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that
And she stopped short.
I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, where crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I had barely recovered from my wounds when the cultists struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
So the arch-enemy is Chaos, which is, I'm assuming the Chaos Marines and all that stuff, but a malign metaphysical force composed of psychic energy that exists in an alternate dimension known as the Warp. What happened to the people who wounded you? Did Theodora's men eliminate them?
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more, and it's bound to happen someday.
Well, if you stick with me, maybe it will. Where did this happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
Well, we could go to that planet.
The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valancius Protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared.
Perhaps later. So is it difficult for you to accept that you've made mistakes? Because I actually need to know this going forward to know how to deal with you.
It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them.
And I don't care what you think it was like about Theodora's ship.
As you wish.
And what is it keeping you in my retinue?
The ship was targeted by heretics, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary. But for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
Okay, that's fine by me. Pleases me to have a servant to the Golden Throne in my crew. May the enemies of the Imperium tremble before our onslaught.
So they shall.
Alright, thank you for the conversation. What I was hoping to know... Because she had a wound on her, or like a, not a wound, because she has wounds. I forget what it was called, but like the Chaos Spawn got her good, and that's why I was trying to figure stuff out here. But maybe... I mean, let's still talk to the other people. Why are you... Jocasta Sourback. I don't remember you. She has an Enforcer's Maul. I want to know more about your service. What are the Master-at-Arms' duties? I'm responsible for upholding safety and order aboard the ship. Okay. Guard duties, patrols, finding and punishing troublemakers in addition to my enforcers. Ensure the crew follow all directives and carry out their tasks. Okay. So you're my new Master-at-Arms. That's all I need to know for now. We'll talk to her later. There's a lot of named people here, though. The one other person I should probably talk to multiples, but... Idira? All things I would like to know, but... The tall, middle-aged woman stares straight ahead, her eyes vacant as she rubs the implant at her temple, so she was probably using her abilities. Her collar undone, and one of the clasps is on the verge of falling off. Sensing your presence, she turns her head toward you and offers a crooked smile, even as her eyes look right through you. So, about your abilities.
What are you talking about, Lord Captain?
You are a Psyker, and Psykers are only granted the right to live with the Emperor's blessing. Have you been to... No, I don't care about that. Don't really care about any of those. Never mind.
Right you are, Lord Captain. And enough worrying about me, all right?
What's it like being a psyker?
Lord Captain, forgive me, but it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you.
Fair.
Every psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
And how do you live with the whispers in your head?
Training, habit, and a little amasec and a couple other things you can get on the lower decks. If you put all those together, it makes things bearable.
Fair.
Sometimes I even wonder if I'm imagining half the voices I hear. You know, when life on board gets a little boring. Better than listening to the living, anyhow.
Very fair, and amasec is a very potent alcohol. Gotcha. Alright, well, I suppose I don't get to talk about anything I want to talk about.
Of course.
So let's figure out where the heck we're going. Because Rhinus Minor, somewhere in the system, and Navis Nobilite. So let's go to Rhinus the Minor system, I suppose, if I can get there. Yeah, I can visit all of this, it looks like, but now it's actually telling me this stuff, so I didn't see these before. So, seems like this might be the one to go through. Lord Captain, Quarry Master Zachary West is asking to speak to you via a private channel. Greetings, your lordship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Imperium in the hope of picking up the voices from the distant dynasty ships or worlds. However, we have heard something horrifying instead. Amid the Imperium's tumult, something is screaming. The scream is driving your choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the dynasty's world. It is coming from the Ryked system Astropic station, so this place. What is the nature of the scream? We do not know, your lordship, but it has brought the Imperium to a boil. It has always been a violent, roaring ocean that could spell doom to any who would consider stepping into its waters. Now, however, it has become a cradle of madness, where expelled images fuse together, twisting and crackling, before lashing into the mind of all who perceive it, a mighty warp storm which of the likes I cannot recall rages in the Imperium, and it fills me with terror. If the streams stop, can we contact someone? I humbly hope so, your lordship. Perhaps we will manage to send a call for aid to the Von Valancius worlds or one of the dynasties. Alright, we're going to pay a visit to that. Thank you, your lordship. You know, we're actually very close to Uric 4. Should we pay a visit to this first, then just pop around? Would that be stupid? Let's do that. Lord Captain reporting, the heralds of Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence, maybe due to Uric 4 being off-limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting to the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably it's the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilite House requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmissions. Contact them again. I will negotiate personally. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Order the Augur crew to scan. Yes, Lord Captain. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but information is imprecise. They noted a wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We are able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. Signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been fully abandoned. So the question remains, Why are the esteemed navigators' heralds ignoring us? We haven't gotten official approval, but they could be... It could be one of those things where we're not going to get approval. So we can... I mean, we just got to this place, so, like, we have other places to explore. Lord Captain, only the navigators are blessed with the gift of steering ships through the Imperium. Anyone else would succumb to the same nightmarish influence it projects on the Koronus vessels. Blah, blah. To attempt to traverse the warp without a guide is a fool's errand. Forgive me for intruding, Lord Captain, but I feel it's my duty to remind you that this Obolite is highly respected citizens of the Imperium. Humanity's guide through the warp. The power and status of the highborn navigator house is akin to that of your protectorate. To aid them in their hour of need is to acquire an influential ally. I was thinking that we would go and get approval from, I'm forgetting names, but the Whiteborn guy? Or the other rogue trader in the house, but fine, we'll get him. Order the commence of the docking of the station. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what's happening at the station, so we have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely and made God Emperor light your path. And then... yeah, we just take everyone and we'll level up in there. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully this is where I'm supposed to go first. Or, like, everywhere is kind of the same level. Oh! Yeah, this place ain't looking good. Hi, buddy.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Well...
confess! What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
These guys really look like Imperial Guard.
With these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Okay. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to explore this place. Why am I looking at over here? Why am I looking at over here? I'm assuming... yeah, they're executing him, but it was showing me the wrong place. Okay, it's cool. Thank you. Step back, or I will unleash the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Desist, brother. It was the Emperor's will that brought me to this abode. No one has the right to interpret his will so freely, brother, but wait, I recognize your coat of arms. You must be a lord of Von Valancius's dynasty. Yes, I'm absolutely positive, in fact. And since fate has brought such an important person to my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christoph August, keeper of this station. So you did not come to offer support to the traitors? This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Uric 5 is a holy sanctum for the house Orstelio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say that you are not on the guest list. Well, provide me with a navigator, and I will immediately depart the station. I do not think this is possible. Uric 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts and do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of the infinity and chart the movements of the warp storms. And besides, he gestures at that disorder around him. You have chosen an opportune time for negotiations. Well, I'm in search of a navigator, so instead you're coming with me. Is that so? I do not think so. You cannot force me and you can only end my life, but this is not your heart's desire, is it? Perhaps we can help one another reach a more beneficial agreement. You just told me that we were not getting a navigator. Okay, so what's this agreement? You came to this station for a reason. House Orselio will not be able to help you until the current crisis is resolved. But if you aid us now, I will promise you an agreement and you will find satisfying, be it riches, influence, or the power of our navigators. And what's happening on this station? Where did all the corpses come from? Betrayal, the most banal thing in the life of Noblite. Don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend. Theobald Orselio and you're Felic Orselio. Okay, I was getting that wrong. I forgot that he was at Orselio already. The second keeper of Eric 5 and my mentor. So he really didn't want you around for some reason. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivable, and they dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum, I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. I don't trust him. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs while we are idly chattering down here. Help me rescue or be gone, but waste no more my precious time. What kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness, but you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orstello herself. This is a control rod of the elevator machine spirit. Okay. I have one and the other was lost during the mutiny. Even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. So how do we remake it? I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help rebuild the rod. The text priest ceaselessly performed the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hours now upon us, and how do we power the elevator? The main station's cognitor is stationed above the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. Okay, so if that's so simple, why not do it yourself? I never said it would be easy to accomplish. The path to the laboratory and the guard room is now blocked by the very same madmen who took over the station. They will not negotiate and are not afraid of displeasing the Navis Noblite or incurring the Emperor's wrath. They only bow to brute strength, something I currently happen to lack. Okay. So have you decided? Let's see here. The Rogue Trader's Aid will cost House Orsello. But rejoice, your mistress will live. So be it, hurry. The mistress's safety is all that matters. But should you fail, our arrangement is finished. I feel like he's not telling me the truth. What's this over here?
Over.
Corpses were mauled by a force far beyond any mortal capacity. The faces are twisted in pain. And the hands were fused with improvised weapons, tool, scissors, and cutlery. Uh-oh. Okay. So, I'm going to do the levels here. And then we'll pick up from here next time. Because the levels are going to take me a bit, I think. And then we're just going to do Uric 5, I suppose. So let's see here. I think this is level... I'm not sure if this is level 5.
That is the difference between me and ignorant filth.
Yeah, this is level 5. So we get a characteristic and a talent. So I can choose... I kind of want to choose ballistic skill, if I'm being totally honest. Because I have really good perception as is, and I have intelligence. This only increases accuracy, so let's go with perception, knowing that I'm probably going to need a higher perception for some of these skills I'm going to get later. And then, kind of wanted to look through this quick, because there was a very specific skill that I wanted that was not here last time, and doesn't seem to be here this time. So I'm not sure what the common talent, so that might be the difference. Like, there's not as many this time around. Gotcha. I use solid projectile weapons, correct? I need to look this up because I don't want to be taking a perk or a talent here. Okay, so I kind of wanted to take this, Solid projectile weapon expert. Solid projectile weapons gain +2 minimum damage. The thing I didn't want to have happen was, like, I'm sure that sniper rifles were... I was almost sure that sniper rifles were solid projectile weapons. But I wanted to be 100% sure that sniper rifles were, just so I didn't, like, take this and it not be. So this will up the minimum damage so that the damage threshold, or the damage range I do, is smaller. So, like, instead of, I think it's 11 to 17 I do right now, I'll instead do 13 to 17. Realistically, I do more damage. And then perception, the one I'm increasing right now, how I perceive surroundings. I can tell when someone's being deceitful, seeing hidden passages, suspicious things in the environment, and also reduces enemy dodge. So if they have dodge, I'll have a higher hit chance rather than just upping my ballistic skill. I had stuff set aside for Hydra, so let's level her up. Actually, I want to see stuff for her really quick. Willpower is what she needs. Gotcha. I'm also kind of interested to know... Oh, here we are. Like, oh, she can go to Assassin, Grand Strategist, Bounty Hunter, Executioner, Overseer, to Exemplar. I'm not sure how that's exactly going to work with her. But I want willpower up with her, I think. Because that increases her Psyker abilities, which also increases her ability to withstand horrors of the warp, exert control over a crowd, interrogate a heretic, also increases chances of resisting mental effects and psychic powers, yeah. Even though intelligence and perception are suggested. We have a lot of stuff starred here. I have pain channeling already. I think I want to... I'm not sure here. Because I use her dodge thing to up the dodge on everyone. And if I do that, I can give +7 armor penetration, which might be good later on. But I'm also kind of tempted to take Psychic Barrage here, which, if things are far enough away from her, she just does extra damage, which sounds great to me. And this is how I think I want to use her. I'm not sure I'm going to give her a force weapon, but Blade of Light could be cool. A Sanctioned Psyker. Each level of Psi rating provides a Psyker access to new psychic powers. We definitely want to star these, so I know to get them. But that requires Sanctioned Psyker. A feature that I'm not sure she's going to have access to. So maybe that's something she gets later. I don't know. And if not, hopefully we get a Psyker that I can respec her. Wait, every Perils of the Warp increases momentum by 11? And each time she casts, like the chain lightning thing she has is like a 2 or a 3. Her scream is a 3. That's a big one too. Ooh. Okay. So Thriving in Pearl is what I'm going to get next, but I'm going to get Psychic Barrage right now. Or not Psychic Barrage. It was... Where did it go? Oh yeah, it is Psychic Barrage. So if they're 6 cells away from me or farther, targets suffer 3 additional damage. Alright, can we please do something about her aim? Yes, Ballistic Skill. The base hit chance goes up by 5% essentially. I'm good with that. Her Ballistic Skill is horrible. Then I'm thinking Bolt Weapon Expert, so it penetrates 10% more damage unless I find something that is kind of new here, because there were things I wasn't seeing before. Yeah, because we got Bolt Weapon, or Bolter Weapon Proficiency, we can get the Expert. Is how that works, I think. Kind of tempted to get the Heavy Weapon Proficiency for her. So we can use heavier weapons maybe, but we'll see how that... if that becomes a thing later on. Because, like, I'm not sure heavy bolters are going to be a thing in this game. We'll see. But bolt weapons gain plus 10% armor penetration. And then you, my friend. I kind of like rigorous training. The warrior becomes incredibly deft. charge and slash do not enter the warrior's movement, and grant plus 13% dodge for 1 round after use. So like if I end an enemy, I can go and get in range of another. Why was this like that? And we'll just give him toughness. A point of toughness, character gains plus 10% wounds. Sure. Alright. And then it looks like we have to go up to here, and then we're just going to continue Uric 5 in the next episode and get ourselves a navigator if we don't get too betrayed. So, cool. And then that will do it for this time, and hopefully we don't get too screwed in this area. I'm just hoping that like this isn't too hard of an area, of like a starting area, things like that, and we'll continue from here. So sorry about like not doing much of combat, but that was a lot of story and stuff like that. Which this is a very story-driven game, but we'll see kind of where we can go from here, and I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of combat and such in the next episode. So that'll be it for this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and otherwise, as always, wish you all well. I will see you next time, and please have a good one.